Welcome back to the deep dive. You are going to want to buckle up today because we are not just analyzing an event. We are dissecting an absolute masterclass that went down in front of, 18,000 fans at a sold-out Madison Square Garden.
Oh, at least. And this wasn't just another show. I mean, every single moment felt like it was laying the groundwork for the next big era.
It really did. Our whole mission today is to unpack how this one night just completely reset the entire playing field. We're talking major farewells, we're talking wild title shifts, and a convergence of some of the biggest names in the business all at once.
And, the tone was set before the show even really started. That little moment with Becky Lynch and the CM Punk poster.
Yes. She just walks by, sees his face, and is like, "Where's my photo?"
And then just pastes her own picture right over his.
Mm-hmm.
It was this perfect small act of pure ego that just told you, okay, anything goes tonight. The stakes are as high as they can be.
Absolutely. So let's jump right into the emotional core of the night, which was John Cena's final Raw appearance in MSG.
The energy when he walked out, the place was just electric. He had the Intercontinental title. He was wearing the Yankees colors. The crowd was just chanting, "Thank you, Cena," over and over.
It was immediate reverence. And then Alicia Taylor on the mic, she drives it home. She introduces him as the greatest of all time and confirms this is it. This is his final Monday Night Raw in this building.
A huge, huge announcement. And Cena's speech, it was so deliberate. He talks about New York City, how it makes careers, how it breaks them.
And he thanks them. He thanks the fans for letting him stand on that sacred stage for 23 years. He really made you feel the weight of the moment.
You really did.
Okay.
And then, of course, just as you're feeling that gravity.
Cue the chaos. Here comes Dominic Mysterio.
With his AAA Mega Championship, and the boos were just deafening. You could barely hear his music.
His whole job was to just puncture that emotional balloon. He comes out saying Cena was handed everything, while he, Dom, had to scratch and claw for everything he has.
And what's so interesting here is how Dom, the heel, immediately flips the power dynamic. Cena offers him a title match. Right then. Right there at Madison Square Garden.
The biggest stage possible, and Dom says no.
Exactly. He refuses. He makes it clear, we're not playing by your rules anymore. He says he doesn't want the match in New York with Cena's crowd.
Yeah.
He wants it in his hometown.
San Diego.
At Survivor Series.
That's the brilliant move. He delays it. He shifts the venue. He completely neutralizes Cena's home field advantage. And Cena, he accepts. He confirms it right there.
But Cena, he's not going to let his last night in the Garden go without a fight. So he turns the tables just a little bit.
He does.
He says, all right, fine. If this is my last Raw here, then I want my last Raw match ever tonight, a non-title match. And then he drops that line.
Do you feel lucky, Punk?
Just straight fire. And of course, Dom can't back down from that.
No way. And that immediately leads to the ambush. Finn Balor, JD McDonough, the whole of Judgment Day is on him.
Which sets up the perfect six-man tag. Sheamus comes out, always ready for a fight.
And then Rey Mysterio, stepping up to fight his own son. The visual of those three guys, Cena, Sheamus, Rey, like three different eras standing together was just incredible.
It really was. And they had a great match, almost 15 minutes. It ends with Cena hitting the AA on McDonough for the pin. A proper heroic send-off for his last match in the Garden.
A perfect way to close that chapter.
Okay, so from the ring to backstage, we cut to Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, and they look stressed.
Oh, incredibly stressed. They're talking about Drew McIntyre and how he's exploiting these loopholes to show up on other brands.
And right on cue, in walks Paul Heyman, just as calm as can be.
And he basically tells them, look, I didn't break any rules. I just used the ones you made. And he's not wrong. They have no answer for it.
He just twists the knife. He says, if you're upset about me picking Drew for my WarGames team, you should probably wait to see who I pick next.
He just hands them a clipboard. And you don't even see the name. You just see the look on their faces.
Pure dread. Heyman is building an unstoppable force, and he's doing it by completely ignoring their brand separation. He's breaking their system from the inside.
It's a total power move.
Yeah.
He's basically challenging the authority of management itself.
Speaking of things that maybe felt a little out of place, let's talk about the celebrity crossover. Andrew Schultz.
Yeah, that was a bit awkward. They introduced him during a commercial break, and the crowd was, let's say, less than enthusiastic.
Lukewarm is generous. But you knew where it was going. He's out there with Cam Skinnabo from the Giants, who, by the way, was wearing a great Matt Rempe Rangers jersey.
Love that. A nice touch for the New York crowd.
And Schultz just calls Dominic Mysterio a bitch, with Judgment Day standing right there.
Very, very poor life choice.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just erupts. Dom attacks Schultz, Sketabo, even with his injury, jumps in to defend him, shoves Dom down.
Which, of course, brings in Balor and McDonough. They just lay out both Schultz and Skidabo before security, and a few other Giants players can even get there. It was quick, it was chaotic, it did its job, I guess.
Right, but we can't just skip over the two huge tournament matches that happened in the middle of all this.
Absolutely not. First, we had Solo Sikoa just demolishing Dolph Ziggler.
It was under 9 minutes. The Samoan spike. It was a statement win. It signals that Solo is back to being that decisive, destructive force.
And then, on the other side, you had Gunther versus Javon Evans.
Now, this was different. This went 15 minutes. A real war. Gunther wins with the sleeper hold, which, was expected.
But the story here isn't the winner. It's the time. Giving Javon Evans 15 minutes in the ring with a guy like Gunther, that's a massive vote of confidence.
It is. It tells you that management sees him as a future star, someone who can hang with the absolute best, even in a loss. It's a completely different kind of storytelling than the solo match.
Okay, let's shift gears to the women's division because, wow, a lot happened there, starting with the Women's Intercontinental Championship match.
Becky Lynch defending against Maxxine Dupri, and Dupri gets the win. A huge, huge moment for her.
But it's how she won that is the real story here.
Oh, absolutely, because just as Becky is about to win, AJ Lee's music hits.
The place went insane. And AJ just skips down the ramp, happy as can be. Becky is completely thrown off.
Totally distracted. And that's all Dupri needs. She hits the flying crossbody, 1, 2, 3, new champion.
It's a brilliant way to do it. It instantly elevates Maxxine Dupri beyond just a comedic character. She's now aligned with a returning legend.
In AJ's reasoning, backstage, she said she just wanted to put a bully like Lynch in her place. It immediately frames this as a serious anti-establishment movement, with the women's IC title right at the center of it.
Dupri was so emotional thanking AJ, but AJ also hinted. She said Lynch lit a fire in her, and she might just stick around.
A hint that was immediately noticed. We saw Rhea Ripley, the women's champion, go up to AJ and ask for a word. The champ is already scouting the new massive threat.
And that wasn't the only return. We also got Nikki Bella.
With a vengeance. She ambushes Stephanie Vacker during her entrance. No messing around. She just says she's back to take her division back.
She demands a title match, basically saying her star power trumps everything else. And you know what? In this business, sometimes it does.
It really does. It's the classic star system versus meritocracy.
And then the third piece of this puzzle, the situation between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, this was intense. Bliss calls out Charlotte in the ring, basically saying she regrets ever trusting her. She says she got beaten up because of Charlotte's issues with Rhea Ripley, and Charlotte was nowhere to be found.
You could just feel her vulnerability, and that was like blood in the water for the heel.
Instantly, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, they surround the ring, and Nia Jax just twists the knife, saying she understands why Charlotte left her. It's pure psychological warfare.
But then the save comes, in pieces. First, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky run out to take on Asuka and Sane.
But Bliss is still left alone in the ring with Jackson Legend. And then
Charlotte Flair's music hits. And she runs out with a kendo stick, just cleaning house.
it's this amazing, unexpected reunion. She chases off the heels, helps Bliss up, and they hug in the ring. The message is clear. The trust might be broken, but the alliance is back on against a common enemy.
Okay, let's get to it. The final segment. The one that blew the roof off Madison Square Garden. The War Games team announcement.
Paul Heyman comes out with his crew. Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker.
And Heyman's promo is it's pure, uncut arrogance. He calls them the greatest assembly of talent ever for War Games.
And to be honest, looking at that lineup, it's kind of hard to argue with him.
The gloating doesn't last long, though, because CM Punk's music hits.
Yeah.
And the place just erupts.
It was deafening. And once all the men are in the ring, it just explodes into chaos. But it was structured chaos.
Right. You had specific pairings. Punk and Paul went right for each other. McIntyre and Rhodes, Jimmy and Reed, Jay and Breaker.
Punk gets the upper hand. He hits Logan Paul with a GTS, and for a second, it looks like his team is going to win the brawl. And that's when it happened.
The first shockwave. Brock Lesnar's music.
Oh my God. He storms the ring and he goes right for Punk. Suplex. Throws him out. Then he turns to Rhodes, assaults him, suplexes him, throws him out too. He just clears the ring of the good guys.
And before you can even process what just happened or why, The second shockwave hits.
Roman Reigns music.
The stare down between Reigns and Lesnar as Roman walked down that ramp.
Oh.
It was one of the most intense things I have ever seen.
And Roman doesn't even hesitate. He gets in the ring, hits Lesnar with a Superman punch, and sends him flying out. It confirms it. There are no alliances here, only targets.
And that's when it just descended into pure anarchy. Security hits the ring to try and stop Reigns.
And Bronson Reed sees an opening. He charges back in, destroys the security guards, and levels Roman Reigns.
But somehow Reigns recovers, and as Reed is on the top rope, Reigns hits him with another Superman punch.
This is where it spills over from being a wrestling segment into something else entirely. Reigns leaves the ring to go after Logan Paul, but the NYPD, the actual New York Police Department, gets between them.
They're physically separating them. And while that's happening, you see Punk in the background choking Logan Paul with a kendo stick.
It was complete and utter madness.
Yeah.
And the final image of the night.
Roman Reigns, not done yet, sprinting across the other side of the ring and spearing Bronson Reed through the barricade. An absolutely brutal, unbelievable ending.
This wasn't just an ending. It was an explosive reset button. You have Lesnar back. You have Reigns back. AJ Lee is back. Every single major storyline was just turned on its head in the space of about 10 minutes.
So what does this all mean for you watching this unfold? We saw the end of an era with Cena, a new champion crowned because of a shocking return, and a main event that just collapsed under the weight of its own star power.
It means we are heading into a period defined by chaos, by these high-level, unresolved conflicts. You've got Punk and Paul. You've got Reigns and Lesnar. You have Flair and Bliss back together against this new threat. It's going to be incredibly volatile.
So we'll leave you with this to think about. With all these massive scores to settle, which one of these rivalries is going to be the single defining conflict of the next few months? And maybe more importantly, when the actual NYPD has to intervene in a brawl, does that signal a shift? Are we seeing these characters blur the line between entertainment and legitimate cultural forces that can't be contained by the ring anymore? We'll catch you on the next deep dive.